Hello. Now, we said that most of the diseases that you're going through are hailing from a messed up gut. And we've always said that for you to start a healthcare process, you need to start by fixing your gut. Now, most of you have asked me, how do we fix the gut? So this is a short video for you, just a summary of how to fix the gut. Number one on the list, you need to drop every food that causes an inflamed gut. These are the inflammatory seed oils. Seed oils are the oils that you're using to cook, the ones that are written on vegetable oils. They do not have any vegetable in them. They come from seeds. Canola, sunflower, safflower, rapeseed oil. Actually, canola is what we call rapeseed. It comes from rapeseed oil. Rapeseed, sorry. So, all those oils that you use to cook are seed oils. They are just written vegetable oils for the marketing purposes. Now, this will include both the liquid and the solid one. Now, I want you to understand that seed oils are highly inflammatory both to the gut and systemically. So they will cause you an inflammation in the whole body. And since we want to fix the gut for us to fix any other condition in our system, then we have to drop these seed oils because they are rich in omega-6, which is highly inflammatory. What we want is omega-3, okay? And also they are unstable because they are unsaturated. So they will form radicals when they're exposed to heat and oxygen. And these radicals are the ones that are causing you inflammation straight from the mitochondria all the way to the whole organs. So seed oils are very dangerous to your gut. Number two, processed and advertised foods. So if you ever walk into a supermarket and get your food or your foodstuffs have been packed, stacked on supermarket shelves for long, they have been preserved and they have been advertised, do not fall for that lie. Most foods, actually 90% of the foods that are stored on supermarket shelves are unhealthy. I'm talking about processed flour. I'm talking about wheat products. I'm talking about those snacks. I'm talking about fruit juices and stuff. All these processed foods are harmful to your gut. Then, sugar in all forms. I'm talking about processed sugar, the synthesized one, the synthetic one. I'm also talking about the stevia. Most of you are culprits of these artificial sweeteners. I'm also talking about natural, the one that you call natural sugars that is present in modern fruits, even sugarcane. So I want you to understand this, that sugar is the number one killer of your whole system. Sugar causes inflammation, systemic inflammation, and local inflammation. Now, the body does not know, the liver does not understand the difference between natural and processed sugar. The liver knows glucose, the liver knows fructose, and therefore it will send fructose and glucose in the metabolic pathways respectively. It will not, it's you who only understands that I've taken sugarcane, but the liver will understand in what you took, it only took fructose and glucose. And fructose is a sugar that is converted directly to fats. That is dangerous to your liver. That is dangerous to your system. So fructose inflames all your system and inflames your gut too. When I talk about fructose, I'm also talking about those processed juices. I'm talking about fruit juices that we call natural sugars. I'm talking about those modern foods. And modern foods are highly adulterated. They are GMO, which means they don't attract flies. They have high content of sugar. They have been processed. They have been cultivated using herbicides and fertilizers that are chemicals. They are also ripened using calcium carbide, which is also a chemical that is that will cause you cancer. Okay, so I want you to avoid those. The last one on the list has to be the wheat products. Most of you are addicted to wheat products. I am talking about whole wheat and also processed wheat. So those of you who think that brown chapati is better than white chapati, you are falling for the trap. I also want you to know that spaghetti, pasta, injera, chapati, mandazi, bread, both white and brown, all these are wheat products. You should stay away from them because they cause local inflammation in the stomach due to gluten. They are also highly addictive and they also mess up your dopamine receptors. So once you do that, your gut goes back to normal. You're already 50% into fixing your gut. So once you drop those types of foods, then now the number 2 on the list has to be now you start eating healthy foods. And what are the healthy foods? You replace those seed oils with saturated or animal fats. The saturated fats are avocado, coconut oil. You can also use animal fats like ghee, butter, tallow, lard, or sweat. These are just the fats that are healthy for your system. Okay. Once you do that again, now start eating whole foods. I want you to realize that whole foods or healthy foods will never be advertised. Have you ever seen somebody advertising eggs? They will actually demonize eggs to favor their processed carbohydrates. Have you ever seen somebody advertising meat? Have you ever seen sweet potatoes being advertised? Or arrowroots? Or green bananas? Or pumpkins? Have you ever had or have you ever seen a billboard that is advertising those foods? These are the foods that we are running away because we have been brainwashed and lured into unhealthy foods through the media. So be cautious about what you absorb or what you see on the media. Now, once you start eating these whole foods, and then the third point will come in. Do not eat all the time. Your body is designed to eat, digest, process this food, absorb it, and then convert that into energy. But we eat every other time. That means you are not giving your system any time to at least readjust, rest, and then wait for new food or energy. So what I'm telling you is fasting is very important. At least do not, when I talk about fasting, don't just think that I'm talking about a prolonged periodic fast. I am also talking about the short fasts, the intermittent fasting. So move your breakfast towards midday and then just have at least a gap of 8 hours between your meals. Okay? Between your meals. So if you're eating at 12, then you can eat at 8. And then from 8 until the next day at 12, that is another gap of fasting. So your system is readjusting and resting. So this is exactly what you're supposed to do to fix your gut. Once you do that, definitely, trust me, everything goes back to normal. Then combine that with the sun, so walk in the midday sunlight, enjoy it. With sleep, have an 8-hour period of sleep every night, and then exercise. Okay? Then you can also add salt, because salt is very good for your system and your HCl in the stomach. Drink water for hydration purposes, and above all, eat meats, fatty meats, that is healthy protein. Eat fatty meats, eat animal fats, eat vegetables in plenty, and just put a gap. What you're avoiding is processed carbohydrates, and if you have to eat carbohydrates, then go for the complex carbohydrates, which are the beans, which are the sweet potatoes, the arrowroots, the pumpkins, the butternuts, the green bananas. Those are essential carbohydrates that have a slow or a steady rise in blood glucose. So it will supply your system with energy in a steady way. It will not cause a spike in glucose and therefore spike in insulin. So that is how you fix your gut.